Why do you say that the church says that God impregnated a woman? That is not what the church believes. Well, to be honest with you, what the church believes and what the church says, they said 354 years after Jesus Christ. So I don't think that 354 years after Jesus Christ, whatever the church came up with at the Council of Ephesus or the Council of Nicaea, I don't think it holds any legitimacy when we connect it to the 19 statements that I could quote to you about who Jesus said that he is. Excuse me? Well, why don't you read it for us? Just read the question. Come over here.
Look, I'm sorry about this, but
no, don't be sorry.
I said, why do you say that the church says that God impregnated a woman? And the word I'm saying is impregnated. That is not what Christians, the church believes. Christians believe that Mary, as a virgin, not impregnated by anyone, therefore, Mary, as a virgin, empowered by God, gave birth to Jesus. I'm not talking about whether Jesus is God or anything else like that. What I'm talking about is, why do you make the allegation that Mary was, why do you say, that Christians say Mary was impregnated by God when we say something different? All I'm asking you is to represent Christians and their beliefs fairly. Now, if you've done it out of not knowing, I don't mind. But Christians don't believe that God impregnated Mary. They believe that God empowered Mary to give birth to a child, which is, I think, what you believe. You don't.
Don't ask me what I believe. Just state your question, then I'm going to answer you. What I'd like you to do is, you might have a little follow-up. So why don't you sit right there while I answer?
Okay.
Now, since you opened up this can of worms, we're going to talk about it.
Okay.
Now, the concept that the church does say about Mary is that Mary is the mother of God.
Yes.
Yes. And as such, they also believe that Mary is also the daughter of God.
In another sense, yes.
In another sense. And also that that Mary, that she is also the immaculate. That is, what does immaculate mean?
Without sin.
Without sin. That means like a human being that is perfect.
Yes.
Good. So as the mother of God, she's the mother of God, that is the mother of Jesus, and she's also the daughter of God because Jesus is also God.
Yes. Now, I would want the chance to answer all this later.
Yes. Well, just a moment. I'm answering.
We'll answer the question.
Yeah, okay. Now, I never said that the church said that Mary was impregnated by God. I didn't say that.
You used the word impregnated.
Well, but that's not what I said.
You used the word impregnated.
Well, let me just clarify for you that it is not my understanding as a Christian, previously a Christian, that your belief is that God impregnated Mary. No, what we say, what we understand, which is a different understanding that you have, is that Mary was impregnated by the Word of God. That the Word of God was placed inside Mary and she became pregnant. Okay? Now what we have a problem with, Reverend, what we have a problem with is this paganistic concept that God has a mother and God got a daughter. Now that means God is locked in on both sides by Mary. Mary is God's mother on one hand, and then she's God's daughter on the other hand. Now that's a problem with anybody. Now that seems to be some incestuous relationship there.
Can I respond now? Can I respond?
Well, listen. Let me say this to you. If you were sort of like, irritated by me by your thinking that I said that Mary is impregnated by God, I take that away. And so you have that. But you yourself said to everybody here that Mary is considered to be the mother of God and also the daughter of God. We say we reject that. Now, you can rent your own hall and give your own speech, and then I'll ask questions to you at another time.
Can I just say, okay.
Because there's more questions here.
Okay, yeah, all that is, I simply wanted you to clear the allegation that God impregnated Mary.
Okay.
You have done that, and I would agree that the question about how Mary is mother is God another time.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, we want to thank our friend, and no aspersion meant to the Catholic Church at all. Just a matter of concepts. Thank you very much. So Muslims, if we want to change this society, if we want to change the direction of this society, if we want to affect this society, we have to first reform ourselves.